In 2015, the Seattle Seahawks thought they had found the next Marshawn Lynch. An undrafted rookie, Thomas Rawls, came out of nowhere. He was bulldozing defenses, breaking tackles, and even setting franchise records. Some even said he's the future of Seattle's backfield.
We got Beastmode 2.0 here with Rawls. Oh, I think Rawls is the real deal. I think he's the real deal. The fact that he has 300-yard games already this season. Every time he's had opportunities, ample opportunities to touch the ball, he's delivered.
Just a few years later, Rawls was completely out of the league, and now he's a name many NFL fans have forgotten. So, what happened to Thomas Rawls, and how did such a player with so much promise vanish so quickly? Thomas Rawls' story starts in Flint, Michigan. It's a city known for its toughness, and Rawls, he embodied that grit on the football field. He played his first 3 years of college football at Michigan, but struggled to break through in a crowded backfield. In 2014, he transferred to Central Michigan, and that's where he finally showed flashes of his true potential, rushing over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns despite missing games with injury and suspension. But even with those numbers, Rawls, he went undrafted in 2015, and he signed with Seattle as just another camp body. He was fighting for a roster spot behind Marshawn Lynch. Nobody expected him to make an impact until he did. In his rookie year, Rawls exploded. With Lynch battling injuries, Rawls stepped in and ran wild. He had 4 games of over 100 yards rushing, including a jaw-dropping 209-yard game against the 49ers.
Thomas Rawls playing for the injured Marshawn Lynch.
The most ever by a Seahawks rookie. He finished the season with 830 yards rushing and an eye-popping 5.6 yards per carry, better than most of the league's starting running backs. Seattle fans, they were convinced that they had the next beast mode. But unfortunately, everything changed. In week 14 of his rookie year, Rawls suffered a broken ankle against the Ravens. It was a terrible injury, and that marked the beginning of a downhill spiral for his career. He came back in 2016, but he never looked the same. Nagging injuries slowed him down, and he struggled to stay on the field. His yards per carry plummeted, and Seattle's offensive line was not doing him any favors. By 2017, Rawls was barely a factor. He started just 2 games and finished with only 157 rushing yards the entire season. He went from a potential star to basically an afterthought. In 2018, Rawls tried to revive his career. He signed with the New York Jets, but he never made it past the preseason. And later that year, he did briefly join the Cincinnati Bengals and then the Jacksonville Jaguars, but he never played another regular season snap in the NFL. And just like that, from the next Marshawn Lynch to out of the league in just 3 years. I often ask myself what really went wrong, and obviously the biggest factor was injuries. That ankle injury in 2015 robbed him of such a great season, and he never really got back to true form. Secondly, I think that Seattle's offensive line was a mess at the time. Even Marshawn Lynch, he had to fight for every yard, and once Lynch retired, defenses, they just keyed on Rawls. I think that the NFL is brutal to running backs. It's the shortest shelf life position in football. 1 year, you're the next big thing, and then the next year, you're forgotten. Another name that comes to my mind is Devontae Freeman, because I know he had that one good year with the Falcons, and that was the year they actually choked in the Super Bowl. After that season, I just never heard of him again, so who knows what happened to him. Maybe I'll make another video on that. But unfortunately, going back to Thomas Rawls, he just became another example of just how quickly the game can take away a career. So what do you guys think? Was Thomas Rawls just unlucky with injuries, or do you think he could have been Seattle's franchise back if things broke down a little bit more differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn notifications on, because we've got more stories. The NFL has a ton of forgotten players. Like I said, Devontae Freeman is just one of the few of many, many players in the league that unfortunately had a bad ending to their career like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.